What would happen if we detonate a nuke in the Bermuda Triangle? There is a common belief that the Bermuda Triangle is the Devil's Triangle. Believe it or not, when we talk about the Bermuda Triangle, we're talking about a large body of waters that is connected closely to the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. What does this bring to mind? A large body of waters tossing around at a high tide, right? Well, you aren't in any way wrong. Although this might sound like another piece of information from a geography class, but a lot of ships have been said to have gone missing under unexplainable circumstances when around the Bermuda Triangle. This fact has created a lot of speculations about the region, and although many have claimed that this might not be a fact, sometimes it is better to be informed about such pieces of information than to experience it. In more recent times, a group of scientists and water body explorers have decided to explore the Bermuda Triangle to see if there is some explanation for the facts that have been given about this body of water, and, in their analysis, they were able to come up with a new piece of information. What could this be? Well, they came in contact with the remains of some ships and aircrafts underneath the surface of the Bermuda Triangle, and in their assessment, they concluded that they didn't possess as much sophistication as the modern-day ships and aircrafts, and this is the reason why they sank. This might sound like the perfect relief for seafarers and pilots, but does it make the Devil's Triangle any less dangerous? I guess we would just have to wait for scientists or more explorers to tell us. Anyway, imagine the fierce, tossing wind of the North Atlantic Ocean, flipping around at a high tide. This time around, the gigantic-looking ships and vessels are not anywhere in sight. It is looking like a good day to enjoy a chill spot at the beach. Then a chopper, flying deep into the faint blue skies, drops a nuke, ready to explode into the Bermuda Triangle. The nuke sinks deep into the soul of the ocean. A resounding calm beckons almost immediately. White ripples spring all around the region. What do you think would happen next? Well, just before you give a response, this would be the reason for our video today. Before we dive in further, welcome to today's edition of Bite Size Life. Don't forget to connect with us, subscribe to our channel and smash that notification bell in order to be the first to get notified when we upload new content. And if you enjoy this video, you know what to do. Like and leave us a comment, because you are an amazing person. Thanks. Alright, let's get to it. 1. Shockwaves and radioactivity. It might seem mild to hear about shockwaves and radioactivity, but with one of the most powerful nukes in the world, no piece of life stands a chance for survival when this is dropped into the Bermuda Triangle. Of course, by now, you already know that the greatest nuclear weapon, nuke, made by man is the Tsar bomb. And in a recent analysis which was done with regard to Mariana Trench, it was discovered that it has the ability to destroy everything in sight from the place of detonation to about 1 kilometer apart. In case you don't know, the Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the water body ever to be perused by humans. If the Tsar bomb is able to destroy everything within a kilometer away from the Mariana Trench, think about how much it would do with the Bermuda Triangle. Scared, right? Scientists have said that the ripple effect of the fireballs from a nuke have the potential of making a whole lake dry. Well, we know that the Bermuda Triangle is more than a lake, but that means that a large body of water would be consumed, with so many water organisms affected. The shockwaves of the nuke have the tendency to take down anything within 3 kilometers into the faint blue skies. That is definitely a lot of things being destroyed. Think about it. Ships and vessels within a kilometer away from the Bermuda Triangle, sea explorers trying to explore some of the remains of sunken ships, and aircraft passing over the Bermuda Triangle, mindless of the possibility of a likely nuke action, and then a nuke being detonated in the midst of it all? Sounds like the fury from hell. 2. Steaming waves. In some opinion polls online, a lot of people have commented that they think that the detonation of a nuke underwater would cause a tsunami. The reason for this guess would be because one of the greatest and impactful water occurrences that are closely knitted to the water bodies is the tsunami. Well, the truth is that they're wrong. While they might be right about the large body of water stemming up, this is immensely determined by whether or not the nuke was detonated above the Bermuda Triangle or not. In most cases, the bomb would detonate under the Bermuda Triangle, causing rising, steaming water that etches through the water surface. But it soon subsides in a matter of minutes. The question on your mind right now is, how lethal is the steaming water? Well, reviews by scientists have tipped towards the fact that it would only affect ships and other vessels. And, of course, it is less destructive than when a ship collides with a direct nuclear bomb. Did you know that a nuke had been detonated underneath the water body before? Well, in the year 1946, the joint action of the United States Army and Navy saw the detonation of a nuclear weapon, which is tagged the Helen of Bikini. Although they had anticipated that it would have any massive impact on the Marshall Islands, that singular nuclear weapon testing led to the destruction of so many vessels on the water body. What do you think would happen to the world if a recent nuke detonation action were to be in the contemplation? Well, let us know in the comments section. 3. Hurricane. There is a fact that you need to believe, and it is that a lot of people do not know the difference between the tsunami and a hurricane. Just in case you are one of those people, a hurricane is a violent storm that is caused mainly by heightened wind actions, and it is different from an extreme rise in the water body, which is referred to as a tsunami. A group of scientists have done an earlier review on nuke action in the ocean, and a synopsis that they reached was that the steaming water caused as an impact of the nuke could form a typhoon, and over time it could lead to a hurricane. This is a prone possibility because of the radioactivity that is caused by the nuke detonation. 4. Global firestorms. You must be wondering what this is. The picture that you have in mind is that of the fire-bending avatar. But not to sound mild about it, a firestorm in this climate and time would spell doom on the Earth. But this is a likely possibility of a nuke action. The blast and the megaton effect of the nuclear bomb would affect the forests and coastal region that revolve around the Bermuda Triangle, and this leads to a spring of water and stones into the atmosphere. Research has it that it takes less than an hour for the stones to spread around the Earth, and while they fall back into the atmosphere, guess what happens next? They get heated up like meteors, and this leads to what is known as the global firestorms. You might be wondering how a global firestorm might affect the Earth. Well, a lot of species would be lost, and of course, you know what this means. It means the extinction rate of living organisms would speed up at the fast pace of 80%. Imagine if 80% of living organisms have to die at this point. It means there is no guarantee that you would be living in another 1 week. This is one of the reasons why the nuke should not be detonated into the Bermuda Triangle. 5. Earthquake. While some known countries have experienced earthquakes at least once or twice, it is still something that many other countries do not want to occur. Well, it is a well-known possibility when a nuke is detonated. You already know by now that the effect of the detonation of a nuke is capable of being felt kilometers away from the Bermuda Triangle. Scientists have defined what is known as fault rupture, and it is one of the many ripple effects of the detonation of a nuke. It affects the ground region, and this is why it is capable of causing an earthquake. You might be wondering how this is possible, especially since the Bermuda Triangle doesn't seem to be anywhere close to land. Well, it might interest you to know that the Bermuda Triangle is proximate to locations such as Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. And if the detonation could affect lives in some kilometers from the Bermuda Triangle, where are the closest regions to the Bermuda Triangle? Well, I thought you forgot for a minute. There have been other speculations by a lot of people, especially about the likely effect of the detonation of a nuke in the Bermuda Triangle. But for some reason, nobody would wish to experience the impact of a nuke in one of the deadliest water bodies on Earth. Tell you what, just the thought of it terrifies me. I'm sure it does the same with you too. All of these are some of the known effects of the detonation of a nuke in the Bermuda Triangle. How many of the facts mentioned in this video did you know about? Oh, all. Well, I am sure you would be able to tell some more actions that could be caused by the detonation of a nuke in the Bermuda Triangle. Let us hear from you in the comment section below. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video and the possible impact of the detonation of a nuke in the Bermuda Triangle, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give that notification button a smashing hit in order to be notified about more interesting videos from us. If you're new to our channel, let us hear from you in the comment section and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.